Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my Hold It But How Was It videos, car rear view edition. Get it? Car review. Y'all, I am definitely loving the freedom of being able to film in my car. I am so glad that you guys are okay with this. I know I said that I'm not going to be doing this all the time, but I'm seriously finding this to be so much more convenient than spending my whole off day trying to get myself together to film in my house, background, contacts, super glam. Like, I'm just loving bringing you guys me on like a super regular schmegular basis. And again, it's so much more easier to be off, do the things I need to do, but also bring my camera with me, park in a parking lot and film. Girl, this might be my new thing. Now, unfortunately, today it is raining, so you guys may hear the rain. I'm not sure how that's gonna go over, but hopefully you guys just kind of push with me. You know, in my Hold It But How Was It videos, I like to bring you products that I've been trying out for a minimum of 30 days, let you know my thoughts, like, dislike, take back to the store, you need it, you don't need it, all that other good stuff. So no more talking, let's get started. So first off, I want to start with the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation sticks. I picked up 2 different shades. I did a video on these. I did like a first impression video on these, the concealers, and the brown. I think I pretty much showed you guys everything that I picked up, but I know for sure that the foundation sticks and the concealers were some of their newer items. If you guys remember from that video, I did not like the foundation stick at all. Like, my first initial impression, this is the shade Amber 275, and then I also picked up Nutmeg in 280. That's the thing I hate about foundation sticks, like ordering them online, just ordering any kind of foundation online, because I don't like spending my money in having to figure out a shade. I would much rather go in store and be able to swatch them. But I think 275 Amber is the one that ended up being the best match for my skin. But if you guys remember from that video, I did not like this. I did not like how these applied on the skin. Like, blending them out was just a hot mess. I was just not a fan at all, but I still wanted to give them a try. I didn't want that to be, you know, my only impression, so I still ended up wearing these throughout the month. And I will say that I don't hate them as much as I initially did. I just realized that for me, it takes a lot more work to actually make these wearable. I guess I needed to change like the primer. I feel like you have to have like a blur and smooth primer for my skin type. You guys know I have like texture issues and pore issues, and at the time I initially applied these, I felt like it was more emphasizing it than anything. So I have to kind of use those primers that are going to target those areas. Like, I have to do something that is going to help with the texture. I have to do something that is going to kind of blur out my pores, and then I can use this and really build it up and then get a nice effect from it. But with that being said, I also feel like it's way too much work to make these work for me. Now, I've seen people try these out, and initially it looked really beautiful on them. So I don't know. I don't know if it's my skin. I don't know if it's just not geared for me. Like, I really don't know what the problem was. But although I don't hate the foundation stick as much as I initially did in that video, it's still not a go-to for me. I still feel like it's way too much work that has to be put into it, and I don't got time for that when I have foundations that work with no effort, no problem. So these are still a no. Just don't hate them as much as I did the first go round. Then jumping into the skincare bandwagon, I picked up the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow, which looks like this right here. This thing was like super raved about on, what did I just say? This thing was like super raved about on the Sephora website. This had so many great reviews. Do you guys remember I picked up the Drunk Elephant, oh, what is it called? Like the TLC framboos, glycolic framboos or something like that, that night serum that's like $90. I picked that up, and when I showed you guys the haul, a lot of you guys were saying that I needed to try something for my texture issues that has AHA in it, and that's really good for like resurfacing. So I did my research and I came across this Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. It has AHA resurfacing night serum with hydrating honey and gentle flower acids. It is supposed to be a multi-correctional night serum that resurfaces the skin for a smoother, youthful looking, glowing complexion. It's formulated with 14% AHA, BHA flower acids to exfoliate and a proprietary honey blend to hydrate. Now, the one thing I will say, I really like the smell of this. It kind of smells like honeysuckle, and I don't know, it just smells really fresh, so I love the smell of that. It does come with the pump on it. This was not as expensive as the Drunk Elephant. I think this one was like around $50, $55 or something like that, compared to $90. I'll definitely take that. Okay, I had really high hopes for this, again, because of the claims, and then you have the amazing reviews. I don't think this was horrible. I just don't think it did as many amazing things for my skin as I would have liked it to. I didn't really notice any change in my texture when I used this, because this was the only serum I was using. I stopped using the Drunk Elephant and I was focusing only on this. I didn't really notice a dramatic difference in my texture. I did notice a radiance though, and my skin did feel really hydrated. So it wasn't necessarily that it was horrible. I just don't think it touched on all the points that it claimed to do. Is it something I would keep using? I definitely would, because like I said, it wasn't like a horrible skincare product. I do think there are some benefits that came from it, you know, some benefits for my skin that came from using it, but the main thing, which is what I was looking for, the whole resurfacing part of it, I just didn't get that. So I don't know. I think skincare products, you have to know what you're looking for as far as skincare, because it has to be certain things that you're wishing to target for your skin. So for me and what I was hoping it would target, it didn't do that. So I don't necessarily recommend it, because I think if you're looking for hydration, there are other serums out there. If you're looking for serums to give you a glow, there are other serums out there, but just what this was intended for, I didn't get that. Okay, so this Cover FX concealer is bomb. The Cover FX Power Play Concealer, I have mine in the shade In Deep 1. Have I talked about this with you guys before? I don't remember. I feel like it's one of those things I use consistently. Even though I love concealers, you guys know I'm always trying out new concealers, but when I don't want to try to figure out a new concealer and I want to wear something that I know is going to work, like if I'm going out or something like that, this is the concealer that I reach for. This concealer has replaced the Too Faced concealer, and the Too Faced concealer for me was bae. This concealer is everything. Oh my goodness. Again, did I tell you guys I have the shade In Deep 1? I think I did. Here is how it looks. Now, I don't really like the applicator. It's this little like ball. I don't really like it. I don't like. But the actual formulation of the concealer is everything. It is the right amount of creaminess. It is the right amount of coverage. I feel like not a lot of people talk about this concealer. I was kind of just browsing through Sephora one day and I just happened to go ahead and pick it up because I was actually able to try out the shades. Because I remember when it first came out, they didn't have it in my Sephora. We only have the Sephora and JCPenney's here. We don't have like the big freestanding Sephora. So for the longest they didn't have it, and I just didn't want to go through again that whole shade match thing. So when I finally was able to get my hands on it, y'all, I love this concealer. If you are someone who feels like you just need concealer on just a regular basis like me, because y'all know the issues I struggle with, this concealer is bomb. If you have dry under eyes, because I feel like my under eyes are starting to go the dry route, not the dry rot, but the dry route, this does such a great job at just having the concealer give you great coverage, a really comfortable feel. It's creamy but not too creamy. Girl, it's just everything. This was a good pickup. So the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. No, it's not new. I am clearly super late to the bandwagon party. This was actually sent to me by Too Faced. They sent me this one, and then they sent me the limited edition one that has like the rhinestones on the packaging. Packaging is really pretty for that one. Now, first off, is it better than sex? Is it better than sex, Jared? No. No, it is not. But seriously, so many people like rave about this, and this is just like the Cadillac of mascaras. Honestly, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I don't like the brush because I feel like the brush is clumpy. This is a clumpy brush, and I don't like clumpy brushes. I tend to like the brushes that have more of that like spaced out bristle effect. So this one is just kind of clumpy to me. I didn't feel like the formula was all that great either. This mascara is a great layering mascara. Once I actually apply a good mascara on, and then I want to go back and like give my lashes the va-va voomage, I feel like that is what this mascara did for me. So I don't feel like on its own it was the most amazing mascara, but I feel like when you layer it with another mascara, it works amazing. And I also love how this looks on my false lashes. So is it horrible? No, not horrible. Better than sex? Nah, definitely not gonna go that far. But it just wasn't as great as I thought it would be, just based off how people are like hyping this up. I'm not saying it's a bad mascara. Maybe if you already have lashes, because y'all got to remember, my lashes are itty bitty. Itty bitty. I have like the no lash at all syndrome, okay? So that could be it too. Maybe I just didn't have enough lashes for this to do so much damage with. But again, I think it's great for layering, but on its own, not a favorite. Definitely not better than the Benefit Bad Gal mascara. That one is still number one, like up at the tip top for me. Definitely. Let's talk about these eyeshadow palettes from Revlon. These were some new palette releases from Revlon. They look like this. They come with how many shades on the inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades on the inside. This one right here is Enigma. This one has like those cranberries, some golds in there, those like pinky tone shades. These eyeshadows are supposed to last 24 hours on your eyes. And then you have Maverick, which looks like this right here. You guys can see, I think you can see, I've put a dent in Maverick. Like, I use Maverick on a regular basis. Let me just first say, I hate, like I detest the packaging of these. The packaging is horrible. It is so hard to get your brush in there. You have to have like the smallest brush, and I do have a lot of smaller brushes because I don't have the biggest eyes and I don't have the most lid space, so I use small brushes on a regular basis. But even some of my smaller brushes are just like way too big to fit in here. So I hate the design of this. I realized you maybe wanted to get 8 shades and you didn't, you know, want to have a whole big palette to put those in, but the packaging, I hate it. But that being said, once you get past the fact that the packaging sucks, the shadows are actually really good. The shadows are really, really pigmented. Now, it is hard to only kind of keep your brush in one shade. So sometimes there's a mixture. Like this matte brown shade right here, that one I love. That is the best like all over lid color. That is the best kind of smoke out your lid color. Like that color is gorgeous, but a lot of the times I find it hard to not get those two glittery shades on either side mixed in with it. So again, I don't know, it's not a hate, because like I said, I think the pigmentation is really great. I just wish that they had put some thought into some better packaging, because I think these eyes, like the actual shadows, the pigmentation on the eyes is bomb. So if you can get past the fact that it's just hard, like you would have to have like the mini brushes, or either you'd have to have a smaller brush and then kind of keep going back in to build the pigmentation up. But it just, I don't know, like I think the shades are gorgeous. That's what I'm gonna say. I think the shades are gorgeous, but I almost kind of don't think it's worth the hassle. If you haven't picked these up already, I don't think you need to get them, because I feel like it's such a hassle. But I think if you have them, definitely figure out a way to make them work, because the colors are really gorgeous. But child, the packaging is a F. Revlon. And then finally, I want to talk about another eyeshadow palette. This one is the Warriors palette by Juvia's Place. That's what the packaging looks like. You guys know I recently revisited Juvia's Place, did a whole video on it, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but definitely look up in the cards if you guys want to see that video. This is the Warrior palette by Juvia's. It is a really nice mixture of mattes and shimmer shades. I picked up quite a few palettes recently from Juvia's Place. I'm really trying to make sure I try them out and give you guys my thoughts. I've been using this one, and I will tell you guys, I like this. I do like the formula of these eyeshadows. I do think a cup like this one, the really dark one, it's a little hard to blend that one out and work with that one. You really have to put some effort into that one, but I think the other ones do perform really nicely. I love the shimmer shades. I think the shimmer shades in here are gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. For me, it's not a standalone palette just because I would need to incorporate other warmer shades for like my crease and things like that. But with that being said, again, I think the shimmer shades are really nice. I wish there was another warmer transition shade other than just this one, because I feel like I have to pull from other palettes. But overall, I do really enjoy the palette, and I thought the palette was really nice. So yeah, it was actually a really good pickup. I mean, you guys know my issue with Juvia's Place was never really the eyeshadows. It was, you know, other things, but never really the eyeshadows. But I have been enjoying this palette. It's nice. Don't really care for the mattes, but I think the shimmers are beautiful. And for me, I've been loving just kind of tapping on a nice shimmer when I go to work. I've been kind of trying to jazz it up a little bit more. So I do think the shimmers are gorgeous, but just not a standalone palette. Like, I wouldn't just take this to travel with, but those shimmers do work really nice. All right, guys, so that is it for this edition of Hold It. But how was it? Car reviews. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the video. Let me know what you think of the products I showed. You like them, you dislike them, you guys that picked them up. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for continuing to rock with me here on my channel. And anything else you guys want to tell me down below, make sure you leave a comment, because I love and appreciate your feedback. And until next time, bye YouTube.